How's it going, guys? Welcome back to T Ozzy, and today we have a little video covering some of my fun that I had at the Great American Train Show in Ridgefield, Washington. Excuse my voice, I have a little bit of a sore throat, so I might sound a little bit different than I usually do, but still, we plug on. It's not contagious or anything, so we're doing good. So, anyway, sit back, relax. I'm just going to go through the train show and what was there and what I ended up picking up today, so let's get right to it. So the Great Train Show in Ridgefield, Washington was a really fun event. I haven't been to a train show in quite a minute. The last one was probably in San Jose, California, and that was a great show. That was a really fun one. But anyway, back to the Ridgefield show. It was a great venue, great big indoor hall. Had lots of displays and lots of layouts set up to go watch. A couple of Z-scale. I was surprised by it. The Z-scale appearance there. Usually don't see Z-scale at these things. We also saw a couple of O-gauge setups. Rose City Garden Railroaders was there with their big portable layout, and that was amazing to see. I've been on the Garden Railway tour in the past, so it was good to see some familiar faces there and some familiar locomotives and motive power. G-scale is a really fun scale, but I don't have the space for it, so I wouldn't be doing it. Same with O-scale. O-scale had a great layout. I'll shoot a picture right here of the great O-scale layout that we saw. It was a great layout. It had actually a water feature. You don't see water features very much in model railroading. So to see live water flowing through a layout, really, really cool to see that. Overall, great show. Great representation by sellers and modelers. Some familiar faces here and there. So very cool. So ultimately, I ended up not picking up a lot. I don't usually go to these train shows in search of something. Just a lot of pie in the sky things. I'm always looking for some sort of piece in my collection. I'm looking for more pieces of the Oregon Duck Express that I got in one of my more recent videos, which is not really recent to right now, but I digress. But I'm always looking for interesting stuff. GM Aero Train in HO scale. Crazy. I kind of had my eyes set on maybe trying to pick up a Lionel post-war turbine, but not doing O scale, so I limited myself. Plus, those sets are expensive. I don't have the money for that right now. But anyway, I did pick up one piece, and I have it right in front of me. I was going to leave the show empty-handed, but I figured if I didn't pick this up, that I would end up regretting it in the long term, and so we're going to go. I'm going to show you this piece, and we're going to go run it, see if it runs first off. I was told it does, but we'll have to verify that. And then I'm going to strip it down, basically take it to bare parts, clean it all up, get it ready to go, use Dremel, go in, make sure all the wiring connections, full cleanup of it. And then I'm debating painting it, repainting it, because it's in a bit of rough shape, but I digress. Let's take a look at the model. So I purchased this Hawaiian Inter-Island. I think it's a 282. So a Connie. Can't think of it at the top of my head, but 282 locomotive, full brass. So it weighs a lot. It's very heavy. But this, I've never heard of anything Hawaiian Inter-Island before, and this model just struck me so much. So I mean, I want to work on it, and I want to get it restored back to its glory, because I feel like having a little Hawaiian consist would be pretty fun. I kind of like the idea of the tiki culture and maybe doing a tiki train. So yeah, it'd be really fun. It's in questionable condition, so let me show you again a little closer here. But the seller did say it does run. Looks like we have a working rear light on the tender and a working bulb up front. Overall, I'm going to need to learn more about this because I've never seen this. And it's all brass, I think. But I'll research it a little bit more later on. And we'll learn a little bit more about this locomotive, because it's really, really cool. So before all that, though, I want to see if it runs. see if it actually runs. So we're gonna throw it on my little test track we have over here, and we'll get some videos of it running if it does. So here we have the locomotive all set up on the track. I have a little floor layout going, sort of inspired by the CN Carpet Division on Instagram. Anyway, we're gonna go dial up the power and see if this thing wants to run. So let's check it. Powering up. 50% here. Looks like the bulb wants to come on. It's a good sign. We do have power. Oh, there it goes. Alright, we have forward. And we have rear. Alright, forward and reverse, both working well. It's not terribly loud, but so it is runner. Does work. Let's give it some space. Maybe I'll crank up the juice on it. See, this is full beans. Not a terribly fast locomotive. Full beans reverse. But that can probably be changed with a little bit of TLC here and there, and it's running a little bit better at the slower speeds. But alright, we got ourselves a runner here. So now let's take it over to the workbench and try and get it all taken apart and fixed up. Okay, so I spent the last little bit disassembling the loco, getting everything into the parts I needed, and just going through and making sure everything was in order and checking out everything in the locomotive, just to go over what parts I need to think about getting or what I need to clean up. Mainly, I just do a big teardown of every loco that I've gotten, just to clean it up, make sure I have all the lube or everything's greased up properly. Anyway, I went on HO Seeker, which if you don't know what that is, you really should. It has a great catalog of all of these instructions of all these old locomotives, and I went down and found detailed diagrams of the locomotive, which the tender is not from, and I have not figured out where this tender comes from, so that's going to be the next task on hand, is figuring out where this is from. Anyway, I've got the locomotive diagrams, blown up diagrams, and I've gotten some of the parts list and stuff, and here's the full parts list. What is highlighted on this list are stuff that I potentially need. Now, one of the things I went online and found on eBay is I can get a motor replacement for this locomotive. So if this motor doesn't cut it, which I suspect it won't, I'll probably just get one of those. It's gonna easily improve the running quality of this locomotive, and I really just want to restore this to the best it can be. So yeah, that's the plan here. That's what I've been doing, and overall it's been really cool to check out this old locomotive. It's die cast, and I know I said earlier I thought it was a Connie. It's a Mikado. 282 is Mikado. I should have known that. Whatever. Anyway, I'm just gonna work on cleaning all this up and figuring out where I'm gonna go from here with this locomotive. So that's that. So we're gonna actually refocus in and end the video here, because the Mikado project is not exactly what this whole video is about. This whole video is about the Great Train Show and my experience in going and what I picked up, and the Mikado is part of that. However, the Mikado project will be ongoing from now on, and I'll give you updates as I get working. But anyway, Great Train Show is a great event, and if you have one that's local, I highly suggest going to it. It's always good to be in the same place as a bunch of modelers and a bunch of hobbyists. So ultimately, seeing what's on the market, seeing all the vendors, seeing the layouts, and see what people are doing, it's always great. It's always inspiring, and it always makes me want to get working on a layout and perfecting the one that I have. So with that being said, I hope you guys liked today's video. subscribe if you did. And if you want to see more, if you want to follow along with the Hawaiian Inter-Island Mikado build, then stay tuned. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is Tiazi signing off.